And over the weekend, the Oyo State Police Command arrested 20 suspected Yoruba Nation agitators who invaded the State Government Secretariat, Agodi, in Ibadan, the state capital. The police spokesperson in Oyo State, Adewale Osifeso, confirmed the arrest of the suspects in a statement issued in Ibadan. The statement says that 3 pump-action rifles, 29 live cartridges, 2 expended cartridges, 67 cutlasses, 5 bulletproof vests, and 6 pairs of boots were found in their possession.
He also said they had in their possessions 11 Oodua Nation camouflage uniforms, 10 public address systems, 1 unregistered bus, and 3 motorcycles, 3 berets with Oodua insignia crafted on them, and 7 belts. The agitators staged a plan to forcefully take over the Secretariat, but thanks to the collaboration with sister security agencies, successfully it was thwarted. Now let's take a look at this video.
You are useless people, like people are living in peace. You want to cause problems. Say the Yoruba Nation. You are mad.
No, it's okay. Okay, another one. See another one. It's plenty for the body. Remain one here. Remain one. You want one? You're fine. Women aside all of them.
And there you have it. The gallant troops responded swiftly upon receiving the news of this attack, and they, of course, have been apprehended. But who are these people? You know, where did they come from? Why were they there? It's a coup. It's an unsuccessful coup. But can we call it a coup if we cannot confirm that it's actually military?
A coup on who now? Or your state government or who? And here's the thing. I mean, because I did follow up bits and pieces of the story. There's a certain lady, according to what I've seen on social media, Ms. Modupe Onitiri Abiola, who, of course, in a video declared secession from Nigeria, not very different from what the IPOB had done, had tried to do. I also saw, of course, a video that she did. She was speaking Yoruba, most of it black, so I couldn't really understand it. But, I mean, nobody really knows exactly, who these people are and what their plan was. Very daring to expect that you would simply just wade into the Oyo State Government House and take over the seat of power. I'm sure that they knew that wasn't going to be possible, but they still tried. So I'm not sure exactly what this was about. Sunday Igboho, of course, the leader of Yoruba Agitation Group also has, denounced them, said he has no business with them or link with them. They didn't send them any errands, so it's interesting, I would like to know further who they are.
Well, let's hope that we can get answers this morning about who these people are and what exactly they want. Joining us this morning is public affairs and political analyst, Jide Ojo. Good morning. Thank you very much for joining us. We know you've been following up with this story. Do you have an idea who these people clad in foreign military apparel are? Who are they and what was their intention?
I wish I know. Good morning. I really wish I know. I know that for a very long time, we've had the Oodua People's Congress that are more like separatist group who wanted out of Nigeria. That was under the leadership of late Chief Frederick Fashion. And then we had a breakaway faction led by Gani Adams, who is now the Ààrẹ Ọ̀nà Kakanfò, the Generalissimo of Yoruba Nation. OPC we knew, and they fought tooth and nail in the early 90s. Up to 2005 or thereabout. But then it fizzled out, particularly after the presidency of Olusegun Obasanjo, because if you wanted out, because you felt the Yorubas are marginalized, and you now have one of your own being president, what else do you need? By the time Obasanjo emerged in 1999, the OPC agitation fizzled out. And then, of course, OPC continued to exist underground. They now carry out security. Some of them are members of the Amotekun Corps and all of that. But this whole separatist agitation under the what they call Yoruba Nation is a recent phenomenon, just compared to what we had in the Southeast, where initially we had the Masol movement for the actualization of sovereign state of Biafra, and then eventually it metamorphosed into Indigenous People of Biafra, IPOB. You recall that Masol was led by Chief Raf Uwasurike. Now IPOB is under Mazin Abdikan. So it's like that with OPC and now the Yoruba Nation agitators. But my question actually, as a Yoruba person, as a Yoruba man, I've been having an introspection. What do you want to gain by being out of Nigeria? We have one of our own now. We have one of our own who was #2 citizen for 8 years under Muhammadu Buhari presidency. That's Professor Yemi Osinbajo. Now we have #1 seat coming to the Yoruba Nation in the person of Jagaban of Bogu, President Bola Ahmed Tinubu. You have the Chief of Army Staff, General Lagbaja, who is from Osun State. You have the you have the Inspector General of Police, Mr. Kayode Egbetokun. He's from, I think it's from Ogun State. So, what if you're out of Nigeria? What else will you ask for? Is it not better to have #1 seat under a huge umbrella, or to go and have #1 seat in a ramshackle country that is going to be under severe threat by underground? And I don't know who are the sympathizers of this Yoruba Nation.
Mr. Ojo,
and not long ago.
Yeah, I was just going to say, I mean, we may not be able to figure out, what exactly they want, but, following the story, I did get to see, I mentioned this before, a person by the name Modupe Onitiri Abiola, who is the, self-proclaimed president of Yoruba Nation. I'm not sure who she is. Do you have any information about, this individual, or, about what she might be about?
Well, over the weekend, I've seen 2 clips. One, this Modupe Onitiri Abiola, who is the widow of Chief MK Abiola,
yes,
coming out to say she's one of the brain behind. But I've also seen another guy who claimed to, I don't know whether he's the one that is now the president, who also addressed should I say, address the Yoruba Nation. I don't know whether to call it that. But these are just jokers. In truth and indeed, I will blame the security agencies in the Southwest for not ferreting out these individuals and charging them like they did charge Nnamdi Kanu. Because Yoruba, I don't know where they had that referendum that they are made the leaders of Yoruba Nation. Or, I mean, we know Afenifere under the leadership of Ayo Fasoranti of Ondo State. We know the one under Ayo Adebanjo in Ogun State. Afenifere has been there. Yoruba Council of Elders have been there. I've talked about OPC. I never knew who the masterminds of Yoruba Nation are. Initially, I think Professor, what is his name now? This professor, I've forgotten his name. And Chief Sunday Igboho were said to be the brain behind Yoruba Nation. But these two have come out to dissociate themselves in a press statement over the weekend that they are not part of it. So what else will you? And these people relies on charm. You know, their own thought was that when they go, because of the charm that they are wearing, there is a charm called apprehended in Yoruba land, that when you wear that charm, you will be invisible to your enemy, that they will not see you. But they were seen, they were arrested. This is the illusion that Eastern Security Network also have, that is making them to perpetrate the havoc in the Southeast. And we need to cut this agitation, because I really don't know what more you want out of Nigerian as a country that we don't have now.
We want to take a very short break. Then when we come back, we'll talk about what the possibilities are to, to nip this agitation from further perpetuating itself in the state. We'll be right back shortly. Welcome back to Breakfast Central. We're still joined by political affairs analyst Jide Ojo. Thank you very much for staying with us. Before we went on the break, my question was, what needs to be done to ensure that we do not create a sect that is constantly pushing for agitation in the Southwest? Or is it something that is totally unavoidable?
It is unavoidable. I think if the security agencies have been alive to their responsibilities, this whole Yoruba Nation agitators should have been rounded off. Don't forget, Chief Sunday Igboho, who was leading the whole agitation ab initio, the DSS went after him and handed him into exile. In fact, I think there was 1 or 2 people that died in that siege on his home in Ibadan. And eventually he ran away to Benin Republic. And while he was trying to move to Germany, he was arrested. And about 2-3 years he spent in incarceration before eventually he was released. So, and he has come out to say, I'm not part of this. Professor Banji Akitoye, who is also leading the Ilana Egbe Omo Oodua, has also come out to say it's a splinter group from them that is behind this whole idea. Did you remember that in Oyo State there was Amuluno Radio, one of the branches of Radio Nigeria that is devoted to Yoruba programming, that these Yoruba agitators once last year invaded the premises of that radio station, trying to forcefully take over the radio station. So now the security agencies, DSS, DIA, and police and other security agencies should not treat these people with levity. They must be hounded, and their activities should be nipped in the bud.
All right.
I really, as a Yoruba person, I don't know what else we want out of Nigeria that God has not given us. We are in the #1 position. We have been in #2 position. We have produced 2 presidents of Nigeria, President Olusegun Obasanjo, and currently the President Bola Ahmed Tinubu is a Yoruba man. He has appointed illustrious sons and daughters of Yoruba into his cabinet and to key position. Who is the CBN governor today? He's a Yoruba man. Who is the finance minister today? Is a Yoruba man.
Mr. Ojo, unfortunately, I have to interject at this point because we've run out of time for this conversation and we're almost at the end of the show. But I'm hoping that the security agencies can hear what you're saying because, like you said, it is avoidable and can be nipped as quickly as possible. Thank you so much for your time with us this morning.
It's my pleasure.